what's going on? It's KLA, Cloud the Wanderer. And yeah, this weekend it was the Melina Popa Muscle Fest in Europe, something like that. But they had a competition, and the winner was, what's her name? Anastasia Kovaleva. I don't know if you watched that, Michaelia, but
I didn't get to watch it, but I've seen tons of pictures all over Instagram.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to broadcast it, so just to start the show. But I got my guest here with me, Michaelia Kelly, and she's here to talk about her fitness journey, and she's competing in a bodybuilding show. You're a few weeks out,
I'm 3 weeks. Yeah, the show's
three
on
weeks
September
out.
18th, so we're almost
Okay.
there.
Well, I appreciate you hopping on. And yeah, yeah, the show that you're competing is the Summer Shredding
Yep, Summer Shredding
community.
Houston. It is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I checked it online. They have what are you competing in?
Yeah, so my division is actually not like your standard NPC division. I'm doing the
Hmm.
transformation category, and then under women's transformation they have a few like subsects. So
Yeah.
I am under the 76 to 149 pounds lost within 3 years.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're gonna be in the transformation category.
I am.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few people that have done that. I don't know if that it, it's your if that it's not in your own organization that you're going to compete in, but it was in other organizations that they wanted to compete in the transformation.
Oh, was
Um,
it there is another one. I know they do it up in Toronto. I believe it's at the Radical Body. It's
um,
something like
in
that.
California too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I've spoken to somebody. They're in California. They competed in a show, a local show that hosted a transformation. I've talked
Oh,
to some
that's cool.
people. Yeah, that
It seems like transformation is starting to spread as well.
yeah.
I think as I think summer shredding really was the beginning of making that category bigger, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think OCB now is adding a couple transformation categories
Oh
into
yeah.
some local shows. And it seems
Okay.
like it's spreading a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I'm usually hearing fit model,
Hmm.
as bodybuilding, figure,
Yeah.
what else? Wellness. Those main categories.
Yeah.
So very rare that very rare that you hear a transformation category.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but I've seen your Instagram, and how did you um how did you transition into bodybuilding? If I could ask you that question, or
Yeah.
fitness.
So in 2023, I I technically in 2022 was when I started dabbling with just wanting to lose weight. Um
Yeah.
at that point, the highest recorded weight for myself that I've ever recorded was 268 pounds. Granted, that's when I finally felt comfortable to step on a scale. So I have a very big feeling I was much heavier than that.
Mm.
Um, but I had moved from Pennsylvania to New Hampshire. And when I moved, I kind of felt like the only thing that was holding me back was the fact that I was so heavy. Because up
Mm.
here, everybody's very active. It's a lot of outdoor activities. I had moved up here to be with my friends, and I wasn't being able to kind of keep up like I was hoping to. So I decided to start losing weight. And then in the beginning of 2023 was when I really um, was like, that's it. I'm doing this. I'm changing my life and losing the weight. And then from 2023 to 2024 was really just eating healthy, getting in movement, just your kind of standard weight loss, if you will. But then as part of that, I ended up towards part of 2024 joining like Crunch Fitness instead of just your standard Planet Fitness. And I was watching everybody start to lift weights. And I also have PCOS, also known as PMOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome. And at the time I had gotten the diagnosis, it's very well known that weight training and resistance training is good for women to be able to lose weight with PCOS rather than potentially doing like high amounts of cardio like I was doing before. So I got into weightlifting just to kind of help that. And when I got into the weightlifting, I realized, oh my gosh, this is the most fun thing I've ever done in my life. And so then in 2025, I joined another gym, fell super in love with weightlifting, was doing powerlifting for fun for a while. I didn't compete, but I was doing it on my own. And I started noticing, obviously, when you start lifting weights, things start changing. And I loved the way that the muscle looked. And then I started looking into bodybuilding. Since I was posting on Instagram, the fitness content of bodybuilders was getting pushed into my feed, and I just fell in love with every part of it. And so I decided it was no longer just about the weight loss. I was going to go full bodybuilder mode, because if I could lose the weight, then I was going to prove that I could take it so much further.
Yeah, yeah. I seen your pictures on Instagram. Let me. I got so many pictures I could show. Yeah. What for you, like what made weightlifting fun?
I think just getting to prove to myself that I could do it. Just the strength aspect of it was so much fun for me. I used to do like shot put and discus when I was a teenager in high school, so I had like a little bit of weightlifting knowledge from back then. Um,
Hmm.
but when I started weightlifting just to like help make things look better, um, and then realized like I could lift heavier than I thought that I could, it just became a game for me, and I wanted to see just how far I could possibly take it.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not very easy to for somebody to lose weight. Like
Hmm.
if they're like certain of they're really heavy, like overweight. It's because it's the diet. you
Yeah.
know like for you, was it hard, like trying to lose the weight, like cutting certain amount of foods, and
Yeah.
did you ever do, I'm sorry, I
No,
know
it's
I'm
okay.
just adding question to a question, but I was trying to say, like, did you ever did like macros or anything like that, or had a coach?
So, um, from the beginning until I had done all of the weight loss on my own until last November. So November of 2025 is when I got with my coach Shay Combs. She is amazing. She's a figure competitor, and I mean she's utterly changed my life. But I did the majority of the weight loss by myself until 2025, and then I had gotten at that point I had lost 100 pounds by myself, but I actually spent a lot of 2025 building muscle, so I had gained quite a bit of weight back, um just because I was bulking. So I was trying to do the macros on my own. Unfortunately, I did gain quite a bit of fat on top of that. I hope next time I'm grateful that I have her guidance that we can do a cleaner growing phase, so that way I don't put on a lot of fat that time because I do want to compete eventually as a figure competitor. But it was hard too because I had gotten down into the 160s by myself, and then I put back on in 2025 probably at least 30 pounds. I think when I started coaching with Shay again, I was like 185. So in total of my entire weight loss, I've lost I think over 110 pounds, but then within this short window of time that I've been bodybuilding from November to now, I've gone back down.
Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that's not easy, so yeah.
No, and right now, because we're prepping. Obviously, I'm taking this show very seriously.
Right.
And to get us this is the stepping stone. In terms of shows, I wanted to be able to prove that I could even do this. So Shay's been training me from day one, like a legitimate bodybuilder, even though it's not necessarily OCB or NPC and everything.
Right.
We wanted, the goal is to eventually do like NPC figure. So
Okay.
we were taking it very seriously from day one. So I've been super strict since November because we had a lot to change and recomp and cut down. And of course, being the last 3 weeks of prep, your girl is hungry
Yeah, I
and
could
tired.
imagine. Did
Yeah.
she suggested you to the show, the SSC?
No, so I actually had chosen to go into it on my own. I'm friends with quite a few of the competitors, and one of the competitors and I became fitness mutuals. His name's Isaiah, and I saw him compete in the show in 2025 and
Mm.
was so inspired by his journey and our friendship and everything that I was like, well, I've been on my Instagram trying to show everybody from day one that anything is possible if you put your mind to it and you're willing to put in the work. So I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. Let's full send it and see how far I can
Yeah.
take this.
What does he do? Like men's classic or men's physique?
He's doing transformation.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if he's going to be doing actual bodybuilding afterwards. Um, I know my personal goal is a
Mm.
lot of my friends who are doing the transformation division are purely doing transformation. I think he's officially lost 200 pounds. He started from like 500 and is now in the 300 to 200 pound range. Whereas I want to eventually take this a step further from just the transformation weight loss part and actually do legitimate bodybuilding. Not that
Okay.
it's not legitimate, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Well, we got a guest. His name is Jeff. And he says, "Hey, Michaelia, my name is Jeff. I'm a huge bodybuilder fan. I really want to get into the sport and watch cool people.
Oh,
Yeah, like was you was was there anybody that stood out for you in bodybuilding? Like seeing
yes,
anybody?
absolutely. There is an IFBB pro. Her name's Jordan Sue. I love her. She has been a fitness mutual of mine basically since I started my Instagram page in 2023. She was a heavier woman as well,
Mm.
and lost the weight and then went into figure and is now an IFBB pro in figure. I
Okay.
don't know what her current goals are. I know she was trying to do the Olympia, but she is utterly amazing, and has been a huge inspiration for me wanting to become a serious bodybuilder.
Okay. What's her name again? I'm sorry.
Jordan Sue.
Jordan Sue. Okay. I don't think I ever heard of her. It's a light. I mean, did she competed in the Rising Phoenix or any one of these recent shows like Atlanta Pro or anything like that?
She I'm
You
trying
don't
to
have to
think.
think too hard if you don't know.
Yeah, she's originally based out of Ohio. I know she lives in
Okay.
Tampa now, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Um, so I don't know exactly what show she was in, but
Mm,
I know she competed
don't stress
recently.
it. Don't. It's okay. I just asked. That's all. You said what you get? What's your go-to workout song?
That's such a good question. I'm trying to think of what I listened to recently. Um, for some reason, what's coming to my head is Easy Lover. I've anything 80s and like
Oh yeah,
yacht
for Phil
rock
Collins.
vibes
You
have
yeah, you
been
dig it.
have been like such a go-to for me recently. I
Yeah,
constantly have to change up my like workout playlists, and the beat just tickles my brain when I'm
yeah.
like working hypertrophy. So
Yeah,
for
that's
some
cool.
reason that's been a go-to for me recently.
Are you an '80s kid? What, your '90s?
No, I'm 2000s. I was born in
Oh,
2001.
okay. Oh, wow,
But my
wow. I
parents
was
are
25 when
yeah,
you was born.
and I'm
Yeah.
25 now. Well, I'll be 25 in
Mm,
December.
wow. Okay. I'm old. Yeah. Yeah. So he got another comment. I'm going to start going to gym and building muscles. I love to talk with you more, Michaelia, but not on social media. Yeah. But
Yeah,
but
I
you
have a oh sorry, continue.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm on a couple of platforms, so if he ends up joining any platforms, he can find me on Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, yeah,
And my
he'll
DMs are
he'll
always
figure it
open.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. Like for you, like do you get was you ever like get fit shamed or anything like that, or even just body shamed when you was overweight?
Shockingly, I did not get a lot of hate. Um, but I didn't have anybody who understood. And that was the big part of me wanting to be so raw and real on my social media was because all of my friends were smaller. Like all of my or my friends were heavy like I was, and that was comfortable for them. They didn't want to change their lifestyle. They didn't want to get out of that mode. They were okay staying home and just eating and doing all the things and didn't have any desire to change.
Mm,
So for me, I mean, of course there are always negative comments. And I did, get a little bit of shame of like, why do you think that you can wear that and things of that nature. Thankfully I've been able to surround myself with really positive people for the majority of my life, but I think the biggest thing was that I was going into such a big weight loss
right.
not knowing at all how to do it, not
Yeah.
having any assistance, um and it's very daunting to lose that much weight. It seems like the road is never going to end, that you're never going
Yeah.
to be able to look like the people around you.
Yeah.
Especially when food is a big coping mechanism, like trying to figure out how to live in a world without using food as a support. It was very scary at the beginning, and I didn't have anyone to help me through it. So when I started making positive changes and realized that I could do this, I wanted to try to be that person for other people. That when I started my Instagram page, I kind of just thought it was going to be a personal diary. And I was like, if even one person is able to see that I was able to do it and then go, if she did it, I can do it, then that was the win for me.
Yeah. I do notice a lot of people, a lot of women, they're working out, you know, like they
Mm-hmm.
was overweight or they was just anorexic or, they just determine. There's this one lady I seen, like she was like 200 pounds, and she's maybe like over, and she 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 lost the weight and she's building muscle and stuff. It's just like she do have like some flaps, like some shreds,
Mm-hmm.
like some I forgot the name what you call it, but it's some
Like
flaps.
stretch
I'm
marks and
just
stuff.
calling it flaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do see that, but she made like this transition, a remarkable transition. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, and I think that's part of my thing too, is why I try to be so transparent on my social media too, is, you see a lot of fit creators who just grew up that way. That it's like people that were athletic, or had healthy relationships with food, and were able to get into it. But and with social media, like, we're constantly inundated with, now with AI, or with people editing photos and things like that, you don't get to see what people truly look like. For me, like, I do have loose skin. I've worked extremely hard on my physique. But there are certain things that, like, your skin elasticity, sometimes it never bounces back. Sometimes it takes years to bounce back. My stomach is a really big point of, not self-doubt, but, like, you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think of what the word I'm looking for is. But it makes me self-conscious, because it is somewhere that is taking a lot of time to come back to, like, a normal spot. Um, and my brain wants to be so much farther
mm,
ahead than my body is capable of. Because, I mean, my friends, a lot of my friends are serious competitors now and things like that, that I'll compare myself to, like, my figure friends that are in the NPC, and, I have loose skin on my stomach that I can't really control.
yeah,
And so I think a lot of people also struggle with that, and that self-doubt and that self-consciousness. So I try to show it, and normalize it, because it is part of the process.
right. Like, have you ever like found like, I don't know, I'm just asking, like, have you ever found a reason why you was overweight, or like you had like eating habits, obsessive
Yeah.
eating habits? If I could ask you that question.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I I had a hard childhood growing up, and I used food a lot to cope with those hard times. And then in 2020, so I was a 2020 high school graduate. So in the middle of the pandemic, um, I was graduating high school, and when I was 18, I got kicked out. Um, and so I was in the middle of COVID, completely on my own, trying to figure out how to survive. Um, and we were all stuck inside. It's not like I could go outside and see people, and at that point I was also couch hopping. So I was staying with certain people and trying to work, finishing my high school work while I was working a full-time job too, because I was trying to just figure out how to live. And food was a huge coping mechanism for me. When I had a hard day, I could shove my face and make it feel good. Um, and I didn't have a lot of money at all. So, like, going to McDonald's and getting two McChickens and a large fry and a milkshake cost me like $5. So I unfortunately did not make the right choices at that time. But they were the choices that got me through.
Mm,
So then,
mm,
unfortunately, just everything piled up over time, and I felt like I blinked and was suddenly in a bigger body. But I've always
yeah,
struggled with weight because of that. And I grew up with parents who were also heavy. My mom and my
Mm.
stepdad and my dad and my stepmom, because they're divorced, they were all heavy or morbidly obese, and have since been losing weight as well, which is pretty cool. But
Mm.
yeah.
Well, I mean, well, you did a remarkable transition. I mean, you look like you could compete in a natural bodybuilding show.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah.
I've I am trying so hard. I have put my heart and soul into this prep. My coach Shay constantly has to yell at me in check-ins because I'm my harshest critic and act like I'm not far enough. And she's like, "Do you even know what you look like?"
Yeah, yeah, it's not easy. But you know, because bodybuilding, it's like it's like an eccentric sport. You know,
Mhm.
you got to cut ties with people. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you're lonely by yourself. But from what I know, from what I understand, what I've seen,
Mhm.
or what people have told me, you know, people had spouses that left them, and you know, it's a lot, you know. Yeah. So I mean, like I noticed like you're really drawn to bodybuilding,
Mhm.
you know. So it's like it's something extreme that, you know, if I'm saying it, you know, if you understand what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say.
no, I get it's an extreme sport.
Yeah.
Uh but it makes me so happy. I love it. I love the way muscle looks on women. I love the way it looks on myself. I'm so excited for this show, but I swear I tell my coach constantly how excited I am to go into a growing phase afterwards too, because I am not afraid to put on muscle. I'm like, if I'm gonna compete, I want to look like a monster.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I look up so heavily to all of those women, and even in the other categories, like we've even discussed, her husband Michael's also an IFBB pro, um, and
mhm.
we've talked about even potentially doing physique in the future. So lots of things on the
Yeah.
horizon for the future.
Yeah, like you seem like you have a good start. Like you look like you could do a OCD show, a natural, you know. I've been to some shows, you know. I've been
Mm-hmm.
to the here in the Big Apple, you know, they had OCB, and some of them they look like they you know, I don't know how to put it, but they look like they just worked out a bit, and you
Mm,
know, they had like a little strict diet, and they just went out, you know, they just compete,
yeah.
you know, some of them, you know.
No,
Yeah.
I agree, because that's a weird part too about, like, I'm very excited to do this transformation show, obviously, but it is funny. Obviously, it's hard not to compare yourself to other people. And I see some of the other competitors, and obviously it is very focused on weight loss, and I've been so focused on bodybuilding that sometimes I'm like, oh, we look different. I have more muscle than you do. Not that that's a
Yeah, I
bad thing,
noticed
but
that. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they don't look bad. I mean, you know,
No, absolutely not.
they don't look bad. You know, maybe I could show some pictures of the
Mhm.
show that I went to. Hold on, but it's gonna take some. It's gonna check it out.
Yeah, but I am grateful to have, I feel that my body's been picking up pretty decently on building muscle. 'Cause that was a nervousness at the beginning, but I think that was a
Yeah,
perk of starting with the powerlifting for fun,
yeah,
was that at least I had like somewhat of a foundation. So that way when Shay took me on as a client and we were focused on recomping for a while, um,
yeah,
when we were cutting down, I could actually see what was underneath it instead of
yeah.
starting like from square one.
So like like you still do the powerlifting? Because I've seen some of the your reels that you know you deadlift stuff, and yeah, I've seen some of it.
Yeah, I mean, my training is mostly hypertrophy because of our current goals, but I won't lie, I'm a PR chaser. I very much like lifting heavy. I enjoy being strong. So when I can get in as much weight as possible, I absolutely will. So, like for me, I love deadlifting. I have found it so much fun. So Shay has them programmed in to my schedule so that way, I'm not necessarily ripping 335 like I was before, but I can still, rep out some good weight and feel good.
Yeah. Well, we got a guest. He just want to ask you a question,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna let him. Yeah,
So
say what you gotta say.
my name is Jeff Michaelia, and I was just listening to what you have to say. Um, I think it's very important you should eat your veggies. I know that Kay and me would love to do another interview about this. I'm in North Carolina. I feel like a lot of people like me are overweight. Like I know Kay have a disability, and I just I just want to say good luck what you'll be doing. You're always welcome to come to North Carolina to see me and George and Kay. But this is actually a good topic because a lot of people like me have questions like, how can I reach out to you if I'm not on social media? Is it it's gonna be like I have a lot of questions. Is there maybe me? Is there that maybe Kay could send like your email because I have personal questions about like eating
How
healthy.
about
Like
this, Jeff? Ask your question.
my question is, this is a quick question. What is your future for somebody who wants to be the number one Miss Olympia or the number one Miss America or Miss
Yeah,
Olympia?
she just
What is it?
started. She just started
Okay,
bodybuilding. You know.
excuse me. Excuse me. Here's the question: who encouraged you to start doing this?
I mean, like I said before, my friend Jordan Sue, she's an IFBB pro, was a really big inspiration for me because I saw her transformation of going from a heavier body to, I mean, becoming an IFBB pro. I think for anybody, the biggest thing is not being afraid to start. I
Yeah.
think so many people are afraid to even take the first step. Like, people are scared to go to the gym if they're not fit because they see people in the gym. Or, a lot of people have very black and white thinking that they, feel that it's all or nothing. Like, I eat like a bodybuilder. I'm on a very strict meal plan. My stuff is down to the gram, things like that. Someone who's just getting started doesn't need to feel that they need to train like a bodybuilder. Just starting, getting some movement, getting in steps during the day. I started off walking on the treadmill for 30 minutes at Planet Fitness, 3 times a week, just because if I could get myself to the gym, then it was a win. Or I have a couple Instagram reels of like recipes that I made. It was finding little ways to make losing weight fun. So like I would eat tortilla pizzas is what I called them, and I would make sure that they had protein on it, so I would put chicken or turkey pepperoni, and the like sauce I would choose would be low sugar tomato sauce, and I would make sure I would weigh out the actual serving sizes so that way I knew how much I was eating, but it was still fun. So it didn't feel like I was so restricted, because I think that's, people don't want to feel restricted. They
Correct.
want to still be able to live life and lose weight.
You're
And
correct.
and then I just took it a step further because I wanted to, I realized that I could lose the weight. I did the things, I proved it to myself, and then I fell in love with the sport, and so I was like, you know what, let's take it a step further.
Well, good luck with your competitions. I hope to maybe follow you on YouTube, and I wish you the best of luck and
Thank
good
you
luck.
so much. I appreciate it. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
All right. Bye, Jeff. Yeah, that he's a good guy. I just
Yeah.
yeah, I know he's starting to work out.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
so yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a big transition that you did. I like this picture. That's why I did the How do you become like confident? Like, what makes you confident? Like to just be on stage?
Sometimes it's faking it till you make it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is this journey really helped me fall in love with me. I feel that I spent, so many years when you are in a heavy body that you wanna you wanna be someone else and or look like someone else and things like that. And I just wanted to put as much love into me as possible and build something that I was really proud of. And it don't get me wrong, I struggle heavy with body dysmorphia at times. I think especially starting from a heavy body and now being so much smaller and muscular is it's very much a mind game. Sometimes I don't always recognize what I look like. Like my brain will sometimes still see the 300-pound version of me. But, I'm proud of the work that I've put in and the person that I've become. And having such an amazing community of people that are so uplifting, you know, this stage is for me and it's a celebration of the work that I've put in, but now it's become so much more of it's the work that I've put in, but also it's for the people who have been behind me this whole time that I'm willing to put myself on stage and, sometimes you have to embarrass yourself in the pursuit of living your dreams and becoming something more. And if putting my physique on stage inspires other people, like that's what does it for me. Like that makes my heart full.
Yeah. Like, do you have people DMing you about any
Yeah.
questions on fitness? A lot?
Yeah. And especially recently, I think as we're getting closer to showtime and after I think the reel that you found me from has been doing very well. I've gotten even more. I would love to do coaching in the future. I don't think I would coach bodybuilders, obviously, because I'm
Yeah.
a novice. I'm just starting out, and I don't think stepping on a stage makes you coaching material of bodybuilders. But I know what it's like to help people in the weight loss part and starting from such a heavy spot to making it a reality and bringing it to fruition. I would love to do that in the future. But my DMs are always open. I talk to all my followers all the time.
Mm. Like what how do you see like the fast food industry? Like especially like people, they got heart disease, especially here in the West in the United States. It's like one of the countries that have the highest rate of obesity and heart disease and like what's
You
your
know,
take on that?
I gotta say, and not to take it this way, but I think, fitness and health, I do think is political to a certain extent. And, the fast food industry, I think, takes advantage of people who are underprivileged. And I think it's all interconnected.
Mm.
I think it's helping people to eventually realize that you can like for me, it was easier for me to go to McDonald's because it was cheaper than going to the grocery store. But that's because I didn't have the knowledge. Like I thought that was saving me money when it was not. But it's one of those things that it's like you're eating fast food, you're eating unhealthy, is then adding on to health problems that shorten the span of your life or cause expensive doctor visits and stuff like that I think if people had more guidance on how to be healthy in an enjoyable way, I think more people would take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work at McDonald's a few times,
Mhm.
and a lot of times I would see like the same people like every day would come, and
Yeah.
order something, probably the same food, especially the high schoolers, because they don't really have, like you said, you didn't have the knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and they would just order like maybe could possibly the same thing, but they there was always a familiar face there, and
Yep.
the people were real evil too. But that's another story. Yeah, I mean, there was one point, I could say that, my high blood. I'm not. I didn't have high blood pressure, but my cholesterol was very high, and because I seen a doctor, and he told me it was high, and so I had to 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 try to do things on my own, like to better myself.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I tried to be a vegetarian, and then after a while I was skinny, but you know, I wasn't looking too healthy,
Yeah.
so I had to, yeah, that
Well,
wasn't a
I
good,
had high cholesterol. Um,
yeah,
and especially like with my PCOS and stuff, going to my doctor, I had high cholesterol, and then my PCOS. A lot of women struggle with weight loss, especially with that, because it causes insulin resistance and rapid weight gain, and fertility issues, and things like that. And at the time that I got diagnosed, I think I was 22 or 23, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have high cholesterol at 23 years old. That was a huge wake up call for me, that I was like, and with the PCOS, if you don't keep it in check, that's where, a lot of women struggle with eventually having children, and all of that stuff. And unfortunately, there's not as much research as there should be on it, or ways to help women with it. Usually, a lot of women will go to the doctor, they'll get diagnosed with it, which most women don't even get diagnosed with PMOS or PCOS until they're in their late 20s, like, or early 30s, trying to get pregnant, and then they just have a problem and can't. And I was like, my life just started. I can't have all of these roadblocks, and I'm only 23 years old. So, like, it's either I have to change or science has to change, and that's not happening anytime soon. So I need to get my act in gear.
yeah, yeah. I'm, I was almost about to say, how old are you? I know you told me 25. Like, what do you do like outside of bodybuilding and just working out? Do you have any hobbies, or you like do you like
Yeah.
what's your occupation, or
I do administrative work for an acupuncture place. I've been in the
Mm,
medical industry since I was like 19. Just doing, I'm a very people-y person, so I like working directly with the patients, but I'm not the one sticking you with needles.
oh, okay,
um, but so I love doing that sort of stuff. So healthcare has been a big thing with me, anyways. I'm a very spiritual person, so like I'm Reiki certified to like energy work, and
okay.
I like doing yoga. And as soon as my prep is over, I am super excited. I love cooking and baking, which I find weirdly a lot of bodybuilders like, because we all enjoy food. It's
Yeah,
just during that time that you're not. So like I've baked multiple things during this whole prep, and just given them to my friends, just so that way I can at least make the treats for them. So I'm looking
okay.
forward to being able to cook some meals again, and not just
Yeah.
eat chicken and rice and zucchini over and over.
Yeah. How was your prep? I should have asked you that too. Like, what was it like a lot, like for this upcoming show?
Yeah. Um
Mm,
I mean, I think I've navigated it really well. Thankfully for me, when I put my mind to something, I don't stop. Like, I have been, since day one, I knew what the goal is. My eye has been on the prize. I have not faltered in terms of food. Um, but now that we're getting closer to showtime, it is rough. Like, going to the grocery store and smelling the bakery aisle when you walk by, It's like, whoo. I
Mm.
was okay watching baking shows for the longest time, and now I'm like, if the Great British Bake Off comes on, it is going off. Or Instagram Reels, I'm like, get your crumble cookie mukbang off of my page before I lick my phone screen. But
Yeah.
I've been so grateful for the whole process that even during the hard times, you know, I had the goal and I've wanted to prove it for myself for so long, and prove to my coach that I'm a good athlete to work with and all the things that it's been fun, even though it's been hard.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Like, best of luck to your show. Do, like, if you like a coach, like, would you want to like women, because you seem like you understand bit more what women go through, like, because certain things what you was explaining,
Yeah.
with I forgot the name of it, but you said that you
Yeah, it's
had
like PMOS, or it's also known as
PMOS.
PCOS. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like, would you want to work with women more because of your experience in losing weight and
Yeah,
you
I'm
see the
happy to
struggle?
work with men and women, but I definitely think I understand on a deeper level with certain things with women that um, those more daunting, like medical things that
Yeah,
sometimes feel like when it feels like the universe is against you and you're dealing with that stuff, of realizing that you can overcome that and there are people who have been through that and can help you with it. Like, that's kind of, I feel like I understand that experience.
yeah, yeah. Like, after this show, like, so you're planning to do an NPC show?
I would love to. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna jump right into doing an NPC show. That's very up to Shay. I have a feeling she's gonna want me to grow a bit more. That way I can actually, compare and stack up to some of the other girls, because there are some amazing figure competitors. But that is absolutely the goal for the future.
Okay. What do you expect to happen in this upcoming show?
In terms of like placement,
Like
or
placement, or just anything, like, I don't know, like,
yeah.
like, cause it's your first show, I mean, like, I'm sure, like, you're anxious and
Yes.
you want to do this, and yeah.
Absolutely. I do think sometimes competitors go into shows hoping to win off their very first show and they have the
Yeah.
expectation of placing. Um, I don't have that expectation, which don't get me wrong. If I were to place, I will be the happiest person alive, which is why I'm bringing my utter best package that I can possibly bring. Because I think the goal of competing anytime is the hope to win, but
Mhm.
I'm also happy to have my first show as experience and a stepping stone. And I think the biggest thing is to have it just be a celebration that I proved it. I did exactly what I set out to do and hit the goal, and then the sky's the limit afterwards for creating new goals.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best. I mean, I hope you do well. You know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, because I know it's not, very easy, especially from your background, and you competing in this, you're competing in bodybuilding. That's
Yeah.
all. All right. Well,
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna let you
excited.
go. I appreciate you
I appreciate you.
sharing your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was so wonderful to meet you and get
It's
to
not
talk
a
to you.
problem. Yeah, likewise. And we can talk in the future if you want. Like, got a upcoming show. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, have a good week.
Thank you. You too.
All right.